Welcome to Rehash.
On the internet, where all news is old news.
We bring you the best and worst of what's happening today.
Hey guys, it's Zara here, and you, my friend, you're watching Rehash. Also, you're a bit on Facebook. Yeah, sorry.
Thank you so much to Wolfie's Rar, who provided our intro. If you'd like to be an awesome person like her, link in the description where you can provide an intro for this show. Just keep in mind what we're looking for is something super personal, super awesome, and shows your creativity. Alright, so, we've got a couple of newsy type whatevers that we want to discuss with you, the Freedom Family, today. And I'm gonna go first because you went first yesterday.
Alright, deal.
Okay, I wanted to talk to the Freedom Family about a new game that's been added to the dashboard called the Maestros.
I wanted to talk to the Freedom Family about a Florida man unfortunately doing some not so good acts to an alligator.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to talk to the Freedom Family about what happened the other night while you may have been sleeping. Best Buy had a super duper glitchy sale.
I wish I was a part of it, and on top of that, I wanted to talk to the Freedom Family about a man who faced 6 months in jail for disagreeing with someone on Twitter.
That seems like a pretty harsh sentence. We'll get into that. First story of the day, we're going to be talking about the Maestros, a new game added to the Freedom Dashboard where all Freedom partners can play this game for free. It's in early beta. The Freedom Family has early access to this. It's like a MOBA style game.
Yeah.
Almost like League of Legends meets Dota meets every other awesome
Mixture of games.
Yeah, MOBA game that you've ever imagined. Check that out in your Freedom Dashboard. That's a short story.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then you had a...
Yeah, so unfortunately, a Florida man was caught. I wouldn't say unfortunately, but it's very nasty nonetheless. A Florida man was arrested for having sexual acts done to an alligator.
Now, of all of the things that I could imagine people wanting to do to... Okay, first off, sex with animals is bad. I'm going, just saying.
I agree.
But of all of the animals that I could imagine, I don't see this one as one that would... I don't see the attraction. What's the story here?
Alright, so I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't want to, shed light to the person who did this horrible act.
Link in the description if you want to know the name.
But nonetheless, this guy was caught having sexual acts on an alligator because he was out fishing in a swamp. An alligator had came up and tried to bite his pant leg and pull him into the water. So as an act of revenge, he tied the alligator up and for multiple weeks performed sexual acts while the alligator was tied up and blindfolded as an act of revenge. And
that's a whole nother level of messed up right
No, it gets even crazier. In a public statement, he would call the alligator names as an act of revenge. And he planned to play super loud music and just so much more.
Do we have video? Because I have a picture of this guy in my head. This guy right here, he probably talks like this, and this is the picture I have of this guy right here.
Probably that, but way worse.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess it's about time for us to move on to the next story.
Yeah, if you guys want to go check it out, link will be down below in the description.
Alright, so the next story I wanted to talk to you, the Freedom Family, about is Best Buy selling gift cards on their website of a $200 value for $15.
I wish I took part in that.
Well, you almost don't, because this became public very quickly thanks to Reddit, who are always, at the forefront of, being able to be helpful.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So Reddit made this very public, and thousands of people purchased these gift cards. Now, normally speaking, Best Buy is really good about owning up to their mistakes and saying, hey, look, you know what? For like 20 minutes, something was sold for the wrong price, we're going to give it to you. Okay? They did this with, I believe, PS4s a while back, and a few other things. But with thousands of people purchasing these for such a massive discount, the company would lose a massive amount of money. Right. So I am fairly certain that people will be getting refunds of their $15. So,
there's got to be at least a handful of people who purchased a few of them and then bought stuff right away. So there's got to be at least a few people.
Well, that's the thing. You have to wait for them to be, shipped to you, or it's not like an
it's not an online code?
No.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So, and then we had another story?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to the Freedom Family about a guy who disagreed with feminists via Twitter and faced 6 months in jail. So the story goes as follows. A guy in some named state, in the United States obviously, made a game about a feminist where they would punch the feminist over and over in the video game. The feminist started calling the local newspaper where the guy lived, etc., etc. Now, the guy who was arrested didn't make the video game. The guy, who made the video game simply posted it via Twitter. The feminists were saying, hey, you should take the game down. And
didn't they also put out a bunch of stuff basically saying, never hire this man?
Yeah, they even contacted employers and more. So this has nothing to do with it. So anyway, the guy on Twitter contacted these feminists and disagreed with them. He didn't, he wasn't belligerent, he was very professional, but he simply disagreed and is now facing 6 months in jail for it.
Okay, so I have this to say. I do not align myself as a feminist. I consider myself to be a humanist. Which is a real thing.
Oh, is it?
It's a real thing. Basically, I don't believe that women are better than men, or men are better than women. And there's actually a lot more that goes into being a humanist. But, this sickens me, because within our culture, globally, there seems to be this idea that, feminists feel that they've been held down, therefore some of them want to reverse those roles and hold down others. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. And this is a very small section of feminism. This is not everyone. Okay, I have friends who are feminists. I have family who are feminists, both men and women. But this is, I think, from the information that's been given, from what I've read, from what I've seen, this is freaking horrible. Yeah. This is not evening the tables.
Yeah, exactly.
This is skewing to the other direction, which is also not good. So, I think this one will go down in history as the exact same as you remember the person who got sued or the person who sued McDonald's because the coffee was too hot?
Yeah, the old lady.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those lawsuits where people hear about it and just roll their eyes.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's all of our stories. We kind of buzzed through that rather quick.
Did we?
I guess we did.
It seemed like forever.
Was it because I went on too long about feminism and stuff? No? Okay. Alright, now I guess we get to talk about the comments! Your comments!
That you
down
guys leave.
below. We do feature comments fairly often. In fact, we're trying to make sure that we have a comment at the bottom, that's in front of the laptops, at the bottom of this show all the time. We want to fill up every episode where we have your comments down there.
But we need 100 comments, though.
Yeah, to make that sustainable, we need at least 100 comments per video, because some comments are not usable, some are, and some just stuff.
100. 100. I messed the pillows up.
We're gonna get at least 5 comments about the pillows now.
No,
Thanks. No. Comment number 1 comes from Game Destroyers, who answered our question that we posed yesterday about at what point would you decide it's not worth saving someone else's life. At what point is the danger or the risk not worth it? And he gave us a very detailed comment that would take me 5 minutes to read. It is down there. You can read it here. And to sum it up, basically he says that he did save someone's life, and he didn't think about it until afterwards.
Adrenaline is a crazy thing.
It is. And I have to say, bravo, good sir.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
And you had a comment you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so comment number 2 comes from Taser Gaming and Reviews. He says, 24/7 rehash episodes, please. Make this your life. He. #rehash.
This show is already my life. I hate to say this, but between researching, filming, and editing, this show burns anywhere between 10 and 12 hours a day. I hate to admit that, but that's about what it takes to keep Rehash alive. We get a lot of comments about things like the pillows being out of order or not right, and we get a lot of comments about minor things that are wrong. And though we appreciate those and we are working to make those better, You know, it just kind of goes to show you just how much it takes to get everything just right and make everybody happy all the time.
So we couldn't do 24/7 episodes?
Couldn't do 24/7. Though there is an idea floating around for us to kind of sprout off onto a second channel with some additional content. That might be possible if I can find someone else to edit the episodes, which will save me 4 or 6 hours a day. Comment number 3 comes from Timid, who says, "Nice hats, they look very good on you guys." Wait a minute, we weren't wearing hats yesterday. Our heads were cut off. That's a really good one. That's Sly right there. Alright, I gotta give you props on that one. It took me a second. That brings us to the end of the comments section.
Now we get to talk about...
The partner!
Let's go!
Wolfie's Roar! I would like to say congratulations on putting together your channel. Your channel trailer, I personally believe, is a little bit rambly. Now, there are some YouTubers who kind of get away with that as part of their style. I really don't feel that that's part of your style. I could be wrong. And I really believe that if you were kind of going for the rambly thing as a planned thing, it doesn't come across as a polished, professional, ramble type thing. It kind of comes across as maybe you turn the camera on and then just sat down. Which, again, some YouTubers get away with. I really don't feel that that is your style yet. You could be developing it, and that's fine. But it didn't really move me to want to subscribe. I'm just saying.
Yeah, then aside from that, I've noticed that in your thumbnails, I tend to complain a lot about them. But in your newer thumbnails, you're improving a little bit. But the color scheme, it's so difficult to understand what the text is. Luckily for me, I can zoom the webpage in, but a normal person won't even take the time to do that to even look at a thumbnail. And if it isn't appealing, normally a lot of people won't click the videos. That's why you see YouTube's biggest content creators with like amazing thumbnails. I mean, thumbnails are a huge asset to getting views.
They are, and thumbnails are definitely something that you will get, to be, to be better with over time. I'm noticing with a few of your thumbnails, you're showcasing entire like bodies of, say, League of Legends characters and whatnot. And though body language can definitely convey something. For instance, yesterday's thumbnail, we showed a little bit of body language because it was relevant to the message
stuff. Yeah.
But try to limit this and go with faces a little bit more. Facial stuff can actually convey emotions, and we just lost a bottle. This is exactly what we're talking about. We're just going to keep rolling.
May the force be with you. That's what we should have done. I think you did it. You did it.
So you keep this in mind, and as much as I hate to be self-promotional, take a look at Rehash thumbnails. Take a look at thumbnails that you've seen previously on youtube.com/MGN, and I really want you to look at the lessons that we're subconsciously trying to teach the Freedom Partners about thumbnails. Text is important, however, if you can communicate visually, it's a lot better. And also, kudos on your descriptions. I'm noticing, you've got a fair amount of text describing your video, actually describing what it's about, which I know takes a few extra minutes. It would be nice to see a little bit more linkage going on as far as like other social medias, potentially t-shirt shop, that kind of thing. And I really feel that you are one of those channels that is, in need of a little bit of polish, but you're on the right track.
You're exactly on the right track.
Yeah. Also, people like girl gamers. I'm just gonna say it, and I know I'm probably gonna get hate in the comments for that, but yeah. Anyways, is that pretty much wrap us up?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, you really want to do the 24/7 thing, don't you?
I really think we should.
Yeah. Till next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all those things that make us love our jobs. Are you picking on me again?
I'm not doing it.
Uh-huh. Also, be awesome to yourself and amazing to each other. Bye, Freedom Family.